right, and here's a video review for one of my more anticipated figures. Not my most anticipated, but a figure I've been looking forward to. Titans Returns Deluxe Hot Rod with Firedrive. Here he is in his vehicle mode, which is pretty evocative of a hot rod vehicle mode. It looks a little silly from like dead on front. Actually, it doesn't look too bad from dead on front, but like straight up top, he's a little squarish. There are certain angles there from the side. He's a little bit chunkier than his classical versions have been. But all in all, not a bad looking hot rod. Not perfect, like I said, but a decent looking hot rod for a deluxe class figure these days. Got rolling wheels. Looks like these may be clip on. These are clearly pinned on. I can't tell if the rear ones are or not. It looks like the rear ones may just clip on. But they're held in place by these exhaust vents as well. There's the underside, big hollow area up here. So yeah, his guns connect together, and they got two little tabs here. You can peg them on to the side like any Titan Master gun, but it also pegs into his engine block like the old school did. Looks a little sillier than the old one did. Not much, because it's still a giant gun pegged into the engine block, but it does tap into the engine block there in vehicle mode. And you can see he's got a couple little pegs up here for other Titan Masters to ride him in vehicle mode. And again, so they're like that. Woo! Firedrive gives him a power up, a hot rod, electrostatic fire blast. I did look down to read that. Electrostatic fire blast is Firedrive's power. He comes out, and again, very plain, just flat up gray robot. He does have paint on the face, but his robot mode is just flat, straight, no color, flat gray, kind of dull. But again, turns into a head. So we'll flip him over, turn him into Hot Rod's head there. And the same articulation as all Titan Masters. Little slightly ball-jointed arms, dual hinge legs, all one piece. And then a ball-jointed head. But yeah, so we'll flip him into Hot Rod's head there. And we'll transform. I'll go, the guns pop apart like this. And to snap them together, there's actually the little tabs on this side. And you can see there's a little square divots that go in this side. You kind of have to put it together like this, because this tab goes on this side of this gun, and this one goes on the top of this gun. So you want to kind of put it together like that and then snap it together. It's much easier to put it together that way. So yeah, break them apart to individual pistols. And he's actually got a pretty decent transformation. Like, it's more involved than I was expecting. So come out here, pull the arms out. The tips of these actually sit behind those exhaust pipes, so make sure you don't rip those off. But pull those out, pull the arms out, and down. The very tip of the car here folds up into there. Then that whole piece folds down there. Flip his fists out. And you'll notice the fists don't fold all the way up in there. That's all you need to fold up for in vehicle mode. But if you get this, you're not doing anything wrong by not pushing them all the way in like a lot of them do. They just fold up that far. So yeah, then open up, unpeg. The spoiler actually pegs in the slots up under here that tab onto these tabs right here. So lift that up. Fold his legs down. You see his knees were forming the rear of the car. Flip his feet out, which are nice long feet to support him. And then fold these behind his legs. I do wish this was some kind of a double hinge, so you can maybe move this behind his leg a little bit more, because you can see it kind of sticks out the side here. But oh well. I rotate him at the waist, and then this piece right here, you lift it up, you can see there's a swivel right here. Swivel it up like that, and then these little tabs right here slot into the front. This up here, like that, and then you just peg his head on. There you go, snap it on. There's Hot Rod in robot mode. And then you can hold his pistols. Don't worry, we'll pan up in 1 second. There we go. And there's Hot Rod in robot mode. He also includes his Autobot Hot Rod tech spec card with his, that's what I got, his stats on the back. He comes with his instruction sheet, of course. standard issue stuff, really. I forgot to show off Getaways in his, so just real quick, there's Getaways art with his instruction sheet. But yeah, and again, standard Headmaster, Titan Master articulation. He's got the Titan Master joints. His shoulders come down like that. You can raise them up a little bit, but there's a ball joint there at the shoulder. Bicep swivel, hinge elbow, no wrist swivel, unfortunately, but this is just how he transforms. Does have a waist swivel, ball hips, thigh swivels, hinge knees, and a little bit of back and forth on the foot. His hips are a little loose, not as egregiously loose as some of the other figures I've picked up in the line, but they are a little floppy. I mean, not super floppy, but you might want to tighten them up a little bit. So yeah, my one real complaint with this is that, like a lot of other, like some other Hot Rod figures, his shoulders are so big that you don't really see his spoiler on his back in robot mode. It's clearly there, and it's in about the right position, but he's got such big shoulders that it pretty much hides it. I kind of like seeing the wings come up behind his back. And this is as low as the shoulders go. You can see there's a little tab on there that keeps him from going any lower. So, and this is as high as this goes up. So, but yeah, I should have gotten an animated Hot Rod. Oh well. Anyway, I do have. Let's go back in time. So, there's Deluxe Titan Master Hot Rod. Here is Masterpiece Hot Rod. Just to show them all off together. Here is Classics Hot Rod. And then jump into the Wayback Machine. And here is G1 Hot Rod. Here, let's actually kind of do them up like this. So there he is as a comparison with all the various Hot Rods. All, I think every single one of these a different shade of red or magenta. But yeah, so there he is with other Hot Rods of various natures, or at least generations, sublines, whatever you want to say. So yeah, he's fun. He's definitely, especially in vehicle mode, definitely is Hot Rod. Even in robot mode, definitely Hot Rod. The Headmaster gimmick's a little different for him, and I do wish the spoiler were a little bit visible. But a backpack no really worse or better than anything else that has come before it. So yeah, I do wish the shoulders. I wish the shoulders themselves were slightly smaller so you could see more of the spoiler, and I wish they sat a little closer to his body because you can kind of see those big, thin gaps here where those posts go out. But all in all, not a bad Hot Rod. Not a perfect Hot Rod, but definitely worth picking up, I think.